GunGrave Gore is always one of those games that I kind of like the look of, and I always saw on offer for dirt cheap on the PlayStation Store. And I decided to take the plunge at only paying a $5 for it, and I still feel ripped off over that. GunGrave Gore was released in 2022 and developed by Studio Iggy Mob and published by Prime Matter. Released on, well, pretty much everything as of now on Xbox, Nintendo Switch, PC and PlayStation 4 and 5, so it's quite easily accessible. It's a reboot of a 2002 PlayStation 2 game of sorts, and to be honest, GunGrave Gore was received really kind of meh when it originally came out, and meh is kind of the opinion I have on it, unfortunately. The game suffers from some weirdly dated design choices. The graphics are fine, but the gameplay feels wooden and restrictive. I thought it was like Devil May Cry, because that's what it kind of looks like. It looks awesome, but it's less Devil May Cry and just more straight shoot 'em up, but not a good shoot 'em up, which is a shame. And you know, I bought it thinking it was a hack and slash game, and it's just really it's not. No, that's not the game's fault as such. That's my fault. I thought it was that, and obviously I was wrong. Now, my fault really. I didn't research the game. I just saw it cheap, and it looked cool, and then I fell into the trap. Kind of the same as it used to go back in the day with games. Now, in this game, you play as Beyond the Grave. A weird name, but pretty awesome, as he sets out to take down the Raven clan as they are selling a drug called Seed, which is obviously bad.
And as for drugs, well, drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs.
There are 31 stages, which in my opinion is a bit of a drag. The game unfortunately is just not very good, and I really struggled to get through it. I only did because I bought it. If it was on Game Pass, I would have ditched it long ago, or if it was free to play, I wouldn't have even bothered. Although it does have a cool looking protagonist with obviously an awesome name, some interesting ideas here and there, unfortunately the fundamentally important part of the game, the gameplay, is just not very good. Like I said earlier, it's wooden, restrictive and very boring. You just spam the shoot button with the occasional grapple attack. There's a lot of auto aim, and there's the occasional melee hit that you can use, and like I said, with the grapple attack you can pull enemies to you and launch them flying, and that's, you know, it doesn't really get much more fancy than that. Enemy variety is also really poor too. There are boss battles of course that you can take part in, but again, with the gameplay mechanics being the way they are, they're not amazing. Apparently the Switch version is the best one, but the bar is obviously set real low here. Is it worth your time? Probably not, unfortunately. Unless you find it for like £1 and are just damn curious. It's unfortunately a very mediocre game, well, below mediocre, and it's just not very good, unfortunately. So I would, in my opinion, save your money, but that's just my opinion. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think. Have you played GunGrave? Did you fall into the trap of thinking it was more awesome than it actually is? Or are you someone who genuinely does enjoy the game? I'd love to hear from either one. And as always, thank you very much for watching.